Hey everyone, Matron here, bringing you another StarCraft 2 commentary. This time we have Game 2 in the best of 3 series between seleCT, spawning as the red Terran, and NONY, Liquid Tyler, spawning as the blue Protoss. This game is going to be played on Metalopolis. This is the second game of the best of 3. seleCT did take the first game, the strong Marine Marauder push. NONY was a little bit late getting out Colossus as a counter. So we'll see what happens in this game. Again, cross positions on Metalopolis here. Maybe see both players take an early expansion, as the rush distance is very far. That first game, Liquid Tyler had thrown down the Stargate and then was forced to cancel it after seleCT did a timely scan, and he threw up the robotics facility instead and swapped over to Colossus. So we'll see if he tries to go for the Stargate again in this game. seleCT sent out an early Reaper for a scout and just worked off of 3 barracks for the most part. At the very end brought in some medevacs. These positions here, you can expect possibly some drops. Both players have this smoke here on Metalopolis, so we may see some drops from seleCT. Again, seleCT the top-ranked player on the North American ladder, and NONY the 12th ranked player. NONY getting up that gas, starting as soon as the gateway is about halfway, and again going to start with this cybernetics core. Looks like he had a 10 gateway once again, something we're seeing quite a bit from NONY in this tournament, that early 10 gateway, as opposed to a more economical player like Huck, who likes to throw down 13 or 14 gateway and use the minerals and chrono initially on the probes. We see NONY is saving up chrono here, not chronoing out these probes. We do have a scout from seleCT coming in, and NONY is also scouted seleCT. Again, seleCT gets out that early Marine, so he's going to deny any sort of base scouting from NONY. NONY is not going to be able to harass the SCVs as they're building, and not going to be seeing that second barracks go down. Same build order as last time, a Reaper coming out from seleCT, so he's going to be able to hop into NONY's base here and see what build order NONY is going for. We have warp gate tech being researched, just the one gateway. We do have an SCV in here who could poke in for a hidden scout later on in the game. This stalker is going to check for any sort of cheese play, though it may need to get back to the base quickly to defend against this first Reaper. NONY does have this first Selnaga tower, so he is going to be able to see any sort of Reaper that moves in here. We'll see how this Reaper moves, if this tower is going to be able to see it. Looks like he is going to be able to see this, and does have those stalkers moved into position to defend against the Reaper. He's going to pull back with his probe so he doesn't lose it to the Reaper. It looks like we have the concussive shell research done for seleCT. This just has this small force. Reaper's just going to sit here and hold this tower, seleCT throwing down this fast expand. If we look at both players, very small armies. So again, seleCT taking advantage of this positioning, going to throw down this first expansion here very quickly. It's a long rush distance, NONY's not going to be able to push out, and this bunker should be good protection as soon as he gets it up. NONY just scouting his base here, making sure that Reaper doesn't hop up. He is going to throw up a fast robotics and 2 gateways afterwards, so he's going to work off of a 3 gate with robotics. Does have all of this chrono boost. He should have been chrono boosting out at least some probes here. And this Reaper's going to try to hop up here, but the great stalker position he's going to be able to take down in time. If we look at seleCT's vision, he was able to see all these buildings, though I'm not sure if he did see that robotics. There's the scan, so he did not see. Again, he's going to use that Reaper first. If he doesn't get a good look with the Reaper, then he's going to scan. And he finally does see this robotics. So the first observer will be on its way. Looks like seleCT doing a transfer here now that he's finished his natural. And that probe's just going to go out and sort of be a sacrificial lamb as he wants to see these defenses. First observer is going to head over into seleCT's base, and Nony, seeing that expansion, is going to throw up an expansion of his own and move down here with the Sentry and Stalker army. He does have a smart pylon here. We see no supply depot. You'd like to see one there from seleCT in case Nony tries any sort of warp prism play into the back here. Looks like seleCT just going to move out with this SCV, doing all sorts of scouting here. Wants to see if there's any sort of proxies. This observer is going to be able to see the 2 barracks here, and finally the factory go up. A late second gas for seleCT. He's been running off the 1 gas the entire time, so mostly Marines and just a few Marauders here. This SCV going to come in and see the natural for Nony here. Nony doing a perfectly timed transfer. If we look at the incomes for both players, Nony Liquid Tyler is ahead 34 to 30 harvesters. The mules are going to make it a little bit more even, and the fact that this expansion just went up and is starting to get saturated. We don't have the peak in income which Liquid Tyler will have momentarily. Now we see it bounce out to about 1,300 to 1,000. And Liquid Tyler's finally used that chrono and did get out this Colossus. So he's got Colossus. He doesn't yet have the thermal lance upgrade. I'd like to see that come out before I do any sort of push, but a lot of players like to get out 2 or 3 Colossus first. He was quite late with the Colossus in the last game, so the Marine Marauder push initially was able to crush him pretty well. So we see seleCT moving out here. Looks like he's going to do a stim with the first Marauder there just as a scout. Make sure there's no forces, and he does feel safe now to throw up this 3rd expansion. This probe is going to see this force on this watchtower, so Nony's going to have to warp in a bunch more units. Should possibly be pushing out another Colossus, though he is food capped. This pylon's going to finish just in time and needs to chrono boost this Colossus. Looks like seleCT is going to pull back now. So this the observer and the probe's doing a great job here of giving Nony vision. seleCT has an SCV on each tower, so he has vision as well. And seleCT going to take a big economic advantage by having this 3rd base shortly. So we see any sort of tech coming out for both players. Looks like we have medevacs coming out for seleCT, and the thermal lance upgrade about to finish for Nony. Another Colossus coming out, which will give him 3, I believe. So this probe moving out, seeing that the army's disappeared, Nony knows it's on the move. He's going to move his Colossus into position here. Does have these Stalkers here, perhaps to guard against any sort of drop. These medevacs are going to join this Marine Marauder army.